Hey, Billy.
Yes.
What's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Raphael.
Raphael?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Well, the reason he's my favorite is because he has anger issues, and he's the most deep of a character out of the Turtles. Because you got Donatello, who's
100% agree.
I like computers, I'm really nerdy. And
he does machines.
Yes, and you've got fucking Michelangelo, who's like, party!
That's
it. He's just parties. And Leonardo's like, I'm the leader, and that's it. That's all I do. And
but Raphael's cool, but rude.
Like, yeah, but he's also like, man, I don't like being bossed around all the time. And sometimes I have good ideas too, but my older brother's the leader, I guess.
The way I always saw Raph, I consider him one of the better fictional characters ever, honestly. The way I've always saw Raph is stronger, just as good as a fighter as everybody, just doesn't have the leadership skills because of his anger issues. But besides that, he's a better fighter than Leo. He's he's the most powerful one. But he's got a mental drawback, which is super cool.
And also, the main core of his anger is based in fear.
Yeah.
He's worried about losing his brothers. He's worried about losing Splinter. And that's what makes him deeper. That's what brings out his anger.
But I'm probably more Mikey than anything.
Party.
Party. Party! See you guys in a second.
Party on, Michael. Angelo.
Hello, the internet. Welcome to Unprofessional Movie Reviews with Mark and Billy. We're going to be doing, I already put the paper away, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Would you consider yourself a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan growing up?
Yes.
Me too. Read some of the comics, watched a lot of the TV shows from the early 90s and late 80s. That's about it.
I watched a few episodes.
In the movies. The original 3 movies.
Yes.
Everyone sucked.
I watched the first, a few episodes of the first series. I watched about a season and a half of the new series that came out.
I heard it's decent. I haven't watched a lot of it.
2007.
Yeah, the one that's still kind of going.
Not the new one.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of that. I've seen all of the movies. And
the Broadway show, Out of the Shell?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Moving on. So the way that this works is I'm going to ask you to click like and subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, still click like, but thanks for subscribing. And also, we're going to do a quick little non-spoiler synopsis. I'm not sure which one of us is going to do it yet. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to tell you our positives of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. And then we're going to tell you our negatives. And then we're going to give you a tailorized rating between 0 and 10. And I think my cat needs to get out of the door. I'm going to let the cat out. Do you want to do the synopsis?
Yeah, sure. So this movie takes place shortly after the first one.
Hi, Ted.
And it's about the escape of Shredder from police custody after he was beaten into submission at the end of the first movie. So it's about his escape and subsequent plot to take over the world again.
He teams up with a villain that I'm not sure if we're going to draw.
He's not in the trailers. So
yeah, he's not in the trailers.
It'll be on the IMDb page, though.
It will be. So he teams up with another villain, and Bebop Rocksteady get made. That's in the trailers by Baxter Stockman.
We didn't look up that actor's name who played Bebop. I wanted to do that.
Dang it.
Well, we'll get to that.
I could if you were going on a rant at one point. Yeah. But yeah, and then they have to stop this other evil along with Baxter Stockman and Bebop Rocksteady and Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of both did it. There.
Positives.
I know which one yours is.
Yeah, biggest positive in the whole thing, mocap. The mocap in this movie is so much better than the first one.
It got stepped up a lot.
It was
I'm
really
going to look this up really quick. So
I'll keep going.
Keep talking.
There was a huge change in Michelangelo's humor. A lot of the humor in the first one was based on, like, hip-hop culture, and I'm going to make yo, what up jokes. And it just didn't work. In this one, it was more about him being maybe a little slow or stupid or just quirky and funny. Like they had this whole bit where they had this like game show music and he was announcing the Four Turtles to Casey Jones, and it was really funny. There were a lot of little bit gags and physical comedy between them that wasn't there in the first one, or if it was there, it didn't land.
I got it.
The voice actors for this one, Johnny Knoxville was not playing Leonardo in this one.
Yep.
The new voice
I can
was...
find out right away here.
Johnny Knoxville's wasn't the bad part of the first one. He was fine. But
Whoa, it does say Johnny Knoxville, but I don't believe
it
it.
didn't sound like him at
It
all.
sure didn't, and he did something different because he
Yeah.
did not sound like
It didn't sound like him at all. Who played Raphael? Because he was great. Liked him a lot. And I always liked the guy who played Donatello, too.
Ellen Richardson from Blue Mountain State. Big blonde guy. It's gone now.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Really good as Raphael.
Yeah, no, I've always liked him as Raphael, and I really liked him in BMS too in
Yeah.
Blue Mountain State as well.
And talking about Nickelodeon movies, like we were before the show, the guy who played the bully in Max Keeble's Big Move plays Michelangelo.
Oh, there you go.
And he was funny in the first one. Just his jokes were written badly.
Yeah. He was probably the better Turtles. Him and Raphael were the only ones I actually liked from the first one. And both, actually, you know what? The Turtles came to play in this.
Yes.
And that's my biggest positive is we didn't get the last one. April and Vern got center stage, and the Turtles were kind of an afterthought. The Turtles are center stage, and their dynamic is great.
Yes.
I have a lot of problems with that. Oh, yep, we're good. But besides that, like, their dynamic, awesome.
Yes.
Do you got another positive? I've got a couple more.
The voice actor who played Bebop, I didn't get a chance to
Oh,
look up his name,
I just saw it. It's
he
Anthony
was
something.
He
something.
played the dad of the Carnarvon family.
Gary Anthony Williams.
Yes. He was a huge positive for me as Bebop. He lost a lot of weight. Looks good.
Yeah, he looks great.
I've always loved him in everything I've seen or heard him in. And this was no exception. He brought his standard great work ethic to this.
And the WWE wrestler Sheamus played Rocksteady.
Oh, really? That was him.
And
Okay.
being Sheamus, somebody who, they don't... besides The Rock, there's a lot of WWE wrestlers that can actually... he wasn't bad. Yeah, John. But he wasn't too bad. He kind of had... His Irish accent,
weird.
which is weird because Sheamus has a great one as a Sheamus character. So I actually think they were trying to make him hide it, and it was shining through, opposed to him failing at doing it.
It was really strong at the beginning, and then it
kind of went away,
petering out and came back.
That was weird. So don't put that down as a positive. I don't really have any other positives. The humor landed that Mikey made.
Yeah. The mocap.
He actually made me laugh my ass off twice.
The mocap made me actually care about the crappy subplots. I'll get into the negatives, but you actually could see the emotion behind the characters because of the great mocap.
Yeah. And that's a really big thing.
Yeah, it's hard to do. They couldn't do that in Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar was beautiful, but I didn't give a shit.
A couple of them actually kind of even had an arc, a nice little emotional arc. Raph had a kind of a pretty cool one, and I actually liked Raph's. Leo's we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But Raph's did kind of land, and it was like, should I be ashamed of who I am? And it's a very cheesy, but it pulled off because of the motion capture and because of the acting. Negatives. Got lots of them.
Yeah.
Shredder still isn't a character.
No.
He's still just a guy.
Bitch
and
minion
they,
in this one.
Yep, bitch minion. Gone. Thrown away. Bebop Rocksteady, it took balls to use them.
Yeah.
And that'll give to them. But the motion capture and the CG for them, cartoony is all fuck. And it just, I don't know, if they wanted to go that cartoony, they should have went so cartoony with other stuff. But they went pretty decent with the Turtles, so they should have came to play for that as well. So those are two negatives. I got a bunch of others.
I didn't quite understand the relationship between them because they came off as like best friends, but then there was a weird part at the end where they got locked in a shipping container, and then you just hear like a muffled "My man," and it was like, oh, are they gonna
Yes.
are they gonna red
Are
vine?
they? Dave?
Are they gonna red
Bebop
vine?
Rocksteady? I kind of got that vibe.
Yeah,
it was
me
funny.
too. I mean, obviously that's fine, but
I know that wasn't intentional.
Let us know
but-
what's up with that. Another huge negative was the subplot with we could be normal. Because it didn't make sense, first of all, that the ooze turns people into monsters. Maybe you can turn monsters into people.
Okay.
Like, that was stupid.
Slight spoiler, there's an ooze that could possibly turn the turtles back into humans, and it's the same.
It becomes a huge subplot.
It becomes a huge subplot, and it was a bad decision. I don't mind how it played out. I like the ending of that subplot.
The resolution of it is exactly how it should have been.
Yeah.
It just shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have happened. And if that resolution went any other way, I would have walked out.
Right.
I would have walked out. But it shouldn't have been. The Turtles have never been ashamed of who they are.
No.
They never have. That's never been part of their characters. It just hasn't. They don't come up because they're ashamed. They stay out in the shadows because they're ninjas. They're shitty ninjas. They always have been. They've always been really bad ninjas. Decent fighters, but bad ninjas.
They're not. Well, they're teenage ninjas, and that's more about what it's about.
They've always kind of relied on their super strength opposed to their ninjutsu skills, but in all media forms. Okay.
Huge negatives.
Baxter Stockman. Tyler Perry. I hate Tyler Perry, and then he was in Gone Girl, and he was great in Gone Girl, in my opinion. I thought he was really good in that movie.
I forgot he was in that.
I thought he was really good. You didn't hate him enough. I forgot, but he played the lawyer. He had a much straight character. As Baxter Stockman, okay, so he was channeling Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Yeah.
That's great. It totally worked when Jamie Foxx did it. No, it didn't. Stop channeling that. It didn't work with Jim Carrey. It doesn't work with Jamie Foxx. It's not going to work with you, Tyler Perry. Who are you to try to do what they did and succeed? They're Jamie Foxx and Jim Carrey.
Other big negatives, just Megan Fox in general.
Yep, she should be in any movie.
And they waited, 35 seconds before they whipped out her sex appeal?
I'm going to give them 37
seconds, okay.
Yep, they kind of hit it a little bit, and then literally for absolutely no reason in a gag that didn't make any sense for me, she just gets all sexified.
Don't worry about it, Michael Bay. We didn't care about her long before you even cast her in this shithole.
Well, he is the producer in this. Yeah. So maybe... I know he's still the reason she's in it.
He's got a huge boner for her, and it's obvious.
I don't mind Will Arnett. I know you're not a huge fan. I liked him more in this than the last one. Because he wasn't just staring at April O'Neil's butt the whole time in this. Right. He also had a character arc, which character arcs don't exist in a lot of movies. At least they attempted them in this, and I thought it was actually kind of cool. April O'Neil didn't have one. Are you ready to drop the huge characters? Bad one.
No, you do it. Go ahead, you do it.
Stephen Amell as Casey Jones. Miscasted, misplaced, didn't belong in there, shouldn't even be in there. That character had nothing. Nothing to do. It was a pointless,
he knows where Crumpet is. I so doubt it.
He didn't even use a cricket bat. No. He was
a cop.
Yeah, he's in the mask. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. He's not a vigilante. He's not a
He
punk.
uses the hockey stick for 2 seconds.
Yep.
Other than that, he uses
he ties rollers on his shoes.
He finds skates in a car park, and he uses a piece of angled metal that happens to be
at one point
to hit a grenade.
Casey Jones has never been a hockey fan. Hockey sticks are badass clubs, and that's why he used them. He's a vigilante who uses sports weapons.
I think
it's a different thing.
I think in the second run of cartoons, he was a hockey guy, and he actually had skates. But that's the second run of the cartoons.
Yeah. Well, I think he has skates a lot, but again, I think that's still just
part of
places faster
to beat on people.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I never really consider him a hockey fan.
He never talks about hockey.
No, he talks about taking people down.
Right.
He doesn't care what he uses. He had a whole arsenal. So this is not Casey Jones, is what we're getting at. And also, Stephen Amell sucked. And I know he's good in Arrow because I'm not a huge fan of Arrow, and he's not the reason. He's not the reason I did dislike Arrow. He's fine in Arrow. There's a lot of other reasons to dislike that show, but like season 3. But Stephen Amell's the way he played Casey Jones doesn't make any sense. He was like, this is how he said every line. Na 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 na. Every line.
I'm really good looking, aren't I? I'm gonna just be really casual.
But there was stuff that had a lot of the Turtles are monsters. We need to like them. I'm not even kidding. He said these really emotional.
They're not the bad guys.
Why are you dancing through all these emotional scenes? What's wrong with you?
Oh, also, why is Laura Linney in this?
I don't know. She owed somebody a favor.
I guess.
Yeah, she had no business.
Laura Linney, you're amazing. Why are you in this?
Yeah.
Why? I love you, but why are you doing this to yourself?
I don't know.
One huge negative I wanted to bring up. This is a kid's movie. So there's a lot of shortcuts and just like logical fallacy or things that just don't make sense.
And we're okay with that.
It just happens because it happens that way.
We're okay with that sometimes,
but
to a point.
There were a lot of instances in this movie where I, as a kid, would have been like, "How did that? Why is that?"
There's a lot of those.
Yeah,
a lot of those.
Where like he's able to like distill and multiply the serum, and that he just happens to have the machine.
Yeah, somebody's like, "Here's a thing I just got from another dimension. Here you go, Baxter
my
Stockman.
thing has the exact right ports."
And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take this thing and just turn it into more things."
Yeah. So that was dumb, and so that was the main thing for me.
When we both pointed out the turtle van that it just drives up on these bad guys, and Tyler Perry's character, Baxter Stockman's watching them and goes, "Turtles! How?"
Yeah, how does he know?
How did he know those turtles are in there?
Right.
Maybe.
Also, they hit a button, and somehow they have guided projectiles that are aimed perfectly. That was weird.
Guided manhole covers.
There's a part where Donatello has a sample of the ooze, and you have no idea how he got it. They don't explain it.
They knew they possibly found out the bad guy's plan by hacking in files, but they should have stated that. Another thing, this is the bad guy's plan.
That's not what I'm saying.
No. I know that's what you're saying. I was going on a riff. We were just listing all these different inconsistencies.
But I mean, that can be explained away with that fact that they had the emails.
Yeah, but then they should have played it up a little bit more. Yeah. Anyways, lots of inconsistencies. In my opinion, the biggest problem, fight choreography, absolutely terrible. Or maybe not choreography. Choreography is fine. The way it's shot is it's that quick boom, 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 boom. You can't see anything that's going on. Mm. And the biggest problem with that fast cut, fast-paced, blurry action that every bad movie does now is they do pivotal things in those scenes. And those scenes are illegible. Yes. I can't read those scenes.
It made the climactic battle scene really anticlimactic.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem. Also, the main villain that, since he's on the trailers, we're not going to say. They could have given us a reason that he's there. They could have given us a character.
Why does he give a shit?
Why does he do any of this? They're relying on us as Turtle fans to care enough about the character to be okay with it, which I do not abide.
And we just got to see it. Like, that's good enough.
No. And then, not only that,
that's like peppering Gambit into X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, which was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, as you said, that fight at the end was such a CGI mess. And it had zero payoff. It had zero payoff. And I can't handle that fast action on top of a CGI character. They're not even doing motion capture for her in that scene. In a CGI background, it looks like a bad cartoon. Yeah. And that's it. I love cartoons.
Since we're doing biggest negatives, my biggest negative for this whole thing is that the writers, the screenwriters for this, didn't pay any attention to character motivations or their thought processes. Yeah. So you have you just have to accept the way that people react to things. You have to accept that Leo's going to go on a power trip. You have to accept that.
All right, Leo's arc, garbage.
Yeah,
but they were trying to recopy the arc that Raph had in the 1990 Turtles. And copy and paste it on the Leo, and it didn't fit. It didn't do shit, and the writing was a huge part of that.
I think the only character who's even with the shitty subplot they managed to justify it kinda is Michelangelo.
Yeah,
because he wants to party with people. He's a people person, and he's lonely. All he gets to see are his brothers.
He's a social butterfly, and he's stuck with the three turtles that he's had with his whole life.
Kinda makes sense. But still doesn't.
And I feel bad for the fucker.
Yeah.
That would suck.
He was sad, and you could see he was sad, and it was a deep sadness.
Yeah.
So the mocap really came through for that. But anyway, that was my biggest negative. I want to get my review.
I had one more, and it was just to go off on the writing. There's a scene right when Casey Jones and April and then all the turtles meet. And this scene's writing made me fall asleep. Because it was the same sentence over and over and over again, that entire scene. One turtle said it, April said it, the other guy, or Casey Jones, repeats it, and then they all say it again, and then Casey Jones repeats it louder. Like, it was literally just like, wah, 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 and I was like, but I'm giving it higher. It's still low, but I'm giving it higher than you would think just because I had fun with it, and I followed it. Is this better than X-Men Apocalypse, according to me? Yes. Because I didn't enjoy myself in Apocalypse. This had pretty much the same amount of negatives, but I enjoyed myself, except for that scene I fell asleep, almost.
I gave this movie 4 out of 10 Beebs. Because fucking Rocksteady kept calling Bebops Beebs. That was dumb.
Yeah, no, that is really dumb.
4 out of 10 Justin Biebers.
I really wish that Bebop and Rocksteady finally told us why they're named after jazz, like, fusion movements. Like, Bebop and Rocksteady, they're jazz. Are they jazz musicians? Are they failed jazz musicians? Cracked made a video about that. Check it out. I'm doing a little lower than his, surprisingly, but I'm also doing a callback to the original TV show. I'm doing 3.5 out of 10 hot rodding teenagers from Dimension X. 3.5 out of 10. But yeah, no, those are really low scores, but they're higher than I thought we would give them.
They're higher than X-Men Apocalypse.
Higher than Apocalypse, and a lot of the other critics are saying that this is a step back from the last Turtles.
No.
I think this is a step up.
Absolutely.
I think this is a step up, and it's almost hands down to the motion capture. Yeah. Because that helped us get into the characters.
Right. Oh, and a brief PSA. We went to kind of a shitty theater tonight to see it. The movie had 2 false starts with shitty audio.
The audio kept messing up, so we might have seen it with wrong sound mixing.
So we're not giving any notes for sound mixing.
That's why, yeah, because a lot of times we like to bring up soundtrack, and a lot of the action might have fallen flat for us because we couldn't really hear the background music.
And there was like weird crackling that was distracting at some parts.
Yeah, so
we're gonna fault the theater on that one.
We're gonna fault the theater. We're not gonna knock them off, and I'm going to keep that in mind when I was talking about the action. That's why. Yeah, that's why I only gave it those negatives.
Anyway, but you were saying, I saw the first movie in theaters opening night.
Yeah.
And I was expecting a disappointment, and I was disappointed from that low expectation. I went into this movie with very low expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised.
I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah. With a 3.5, but I'm still
step up from the first
I really thought I was going to give it like a 1.
Yeah.
I really did. I thought it was going to be a CGI mess. I thought it was going to be Transformers 5.
Yeah.
Is actually, in that movie, is garbage. Yeah. And I thought it was going to be that bad. But no, I enjoyed myself.
It was fun.
And I love the Turtles, so that's why.
It was perfectly fine for kids, too.
Yeah, no, bring your kids to it. There's a couple S-bombs. They say shit like...
And bitch.
And bitch. And it's all like in one scene. Like Casey Jones is dropping them like this.
I'm a cop, so I gotta swear.
Yeah, bitch, shit. Nah.
Asshole.
That's like new Casey Jones. Yeah, bitch, shit. Nah. Anyways, are we going to say bye?
Bye.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye. Do you actually think, like, Donatello does machines?
No, yeah, on MFC. Thursday nights, yeah.
He, like...
Yeah, he's also...
like, with machines like this?
No, the machines are going...
Oh!
The machines are going in him.
Oh, machines are... Oh! Yeah. Bad touch, Donnie. Bad touch.